Hi, David. Can you tell me about some evidence based interventions or practices for social emotional learning at the individual, classroom, or school levels that your school has implemented?
Of course, I'll start by saying here at Palm Elementary, the practices and interventions we have put into place all align with the 5 areas of CASTLE. One of the strategies we have put into place at the school level is identifying support systems.
What is a target for support systems?
The goal of this intervention is for students to be able to identify their support system. Students need to know how they can be supported by certain individuals.
Now, as a teacher, how and when did you start implementing support systems?
So this year, our school returned to in-person learning. Students had been learning from home for almost 2 years, so it was important to begin implementation of this intervention right away. In my class, I gave students a diagram of a flower. We talked about how leaves, stems, and roots support the flower so that it can grow and spread its beauty. Then, I asked students questions such as, who adds color to your life? And I asked them to write the name of someone on each flower petal who knows how to make them smile. They wrote their names next to the flowers. Next to the roots, I asked them who helps hold you up when you're sad, scared, or discouraged. And I asked them to write their names next to the flower stem. This worksheet made students aware of the support groups in their lives.
That sounds really wonderful. Now, almost a year later, what are the outcomes of the interventions?
Our SEL committee scheduled 2 days to observe classrooms and gather information. December, just before going to winter break, and May, towards the end of the school year. In December, the SEL committee visited 10 classrooms and interviewed teachers and students. They were asked about topics related to our SEL lessons, PBIS, and of course, our support systems. 100% of the students that were interviewed were able to identify at least one person who was in their support system and how they could be supported by them. The most common responses we got included teachers and parents.
What are your next steps then?
Sure, so there's always room to grow. Our next steps is for students to learn ways they can support peers who need when needed. We will work on this through providing teachers training on how to implement these ideas within their instruction. We want everyone to be part of the positive learning environment here at Palm School.
Thank you for sharing with me today. Do you have anything else to share?
Thank you for listening. Yes, I hope you see the value we have placed on SEL in our school. We see SEL as a way for each student to walk into the real world knowing how to make good decisions, have healthy relationships, be empathetic, and most importantly, to love themselves. Maya Angelou said, I did then what I knew how to do. Now that I know better, I do better. We want our students here to do better in all aspects of their life.
Thank you.
Thank you.